My perfect girlfriend cheated and abandoned me after she gave birth. 10 years later she wants us to get back together and be a happy family. 16 years ago I met an amazing, intelligent, beautiful girl named Lucy. Our relationship started off as mutual friends, but the more time we spent together, the more it became apparent that we had feelings for each other. We would always flirt and our hangouts could be classified as dates. So when we started dating, I felt like the luckiest guy ever. After a year into our relationship, we had a baby. I was living the dream, I had a perfect girlfriend, we were raising our daughter together, and we were a happy family. My love for Lucy only grew. I thought she was so brave and strong for giving birth despite all the complications she had. Her pregnancy was very high risk, and the way she behaved with our daughter reassured me that this was the girl I wanted to spend the rest of my life with. So after some years, I proposed and she was so happy. I remember her jumping up and down with joy, showing the ring off to everybody, talking about it non-stop for weeks. Our daughter was even going to be our flower girl. Everything was just right in the world. But things were too good to be true. My relationship with Lucy ended on a random Tuesday night when I got off work. There was a man outside the lobby of the building and he stopped me the second I walked out. He said he wanted to talk to me and I told him I didn't want anything he was selling. He seemed so suspicious, that's just where my mind went. But then he mentioned Lucy. He asked for some of my time so we talked in my office. There, he begged me to call off the wedding and break up with Lucy, permanently, because he and Lucy wanted to be together. I thought this was a prank and I stupidly laughed. I just didn't believe it, until he mentioned details about Lucy that she would never tell a random stranger, such as her terrible home life, her depression, and rough upbringing. Even Lucy wouldn't go that far to expose herself like that for a prank. It took a long time for her to confide in me with those things. He told me to do what was best and give up on Lucy. I returned home as fast as I could and I told Lucy all about it, hoping this was a mistake, but they weren't. In just 2 hours, my life crumbled and my picture-perfect family was destroyed. Lucy had been cheating on me for 2 years. She told me about how all the time she said she loved me, that she wanted us to be together and she loved our family, were all lies. How her new man was younger, stronger, handsome and a better lover. She blamed me for losing her freedom when she became a mom, said she didn't want to be tied to me, and she also didn't want to be my wife. She just wanted her life back. The final stab was when she said she was happy that I finally knew, and now she was able to leave. As pathetic as it sounds, I cried, begged, and humiliated myself. I got down on my knees and asked for another chance to try to fix our relationship and how I could be better. But she didn't want me or this life anymore. She wanted the thrill and excitement that this new guy made her feel. I never saw her again after that. I was heartbroken and felt so useless. I hated myself for being so stupid and not noticing she was cheating on me. I was looking at this relationship through rose-tinted glasses that I missed all the red flags. Even now, I couldn't tell you how I didn't know she was cheating on me. Even though she left me scarred, I had to be strong because my daughter needed me. She believed it was her fault her mom left because she had heard Lucy say she didn't want to be a mom anymore. She was as hurt as I was. Fortunately, my family and Lucy supported us in any way possible. Her parents were so ashamed of their daughter's actions that they thought this was a good way to repay us for the emotional damage she caused. They couldn't even look me in the face without apologizing profusely for what she did. 10 years later, we all moved on from Lucy. With lots of time and therapy, my daughter and I were living happily. Our wounds were healed and we had a very good life. Until Lucy showed up in front of our apartment, waiting for us, wanting to talk. I would like to say that I did something cool, like ignoring her, asking her to leave, or at least being hostile with her. But I'm an idiot and my heart skipped a beat the moment I saw her. She still was beautiful as before, but somehow, she looked even better. Maybe the age made her look mature and elegant, maybe it was the dress, or the makeup. I don't know, but let her in while our daughter gave us some space and went to her room. Lucy told me everything she did once she left us. She lived with that guy from 10 years ago and she enjoyed it. She had so much fun and believed those were the best years of her life, until she noticed that the excitement of that new relationship was fading slowly. At some point, she cheated on that guy too. According to her, she wanted to feel alive and excited. Eventually, that relationship ended, and she started dating other guys. Every relationship became shorter than the previous one, until she only had casual hookups. She mentioned that sometimes, she thought about us, our family, but she was too proud to admit she made a mistake, until last year. My perfect girlfriend cheated and abandoned me after she gave birth. 10 years later she wants us to get back together and be a happy family. Lucy was my old girlfriend, the light of my life, but she cheated on me and pursued a more exciting life. She disappeared without a trace for 10 years. But recently, she came back into our lives. She was waiting in front of my apartment. When we talked, she said she thought about us and was too proud to admit she made a mistake, until last year. She got really sick and was practically on her deathbed. That's when she realized how alone she was, how stupid she was, and the mistake she made so long ago. After much thinking, she regretted everything she did and said. Now she was ready to marry me and be the family we always meant to be. Everything was too much for me to handle, so when she was done, I asked her to leave because I needed some time to think. She accepted, saying she would be back the next day. For years I dreamed about her coming back, and now it was happening. But it just felt wrong. Since then, she visited almost daily, wanting to talk about the best years of our relationship, and how we could be a happy family again. She was trying really hard to convince me to try again, but I was still unsure. So, I went to my friends and family for advice. Most of them said I would be making the worst mistake of my life if I took her back. Others said that I could give her a chance. It took me a lot to heal, and some more time to start making new relationships, so I would be risking everything by continuing a relationship with Lucy. I also needed my daughter's standpoint on this, so we had a deep conversation about it. She said something to me that made me rethink everything. She asked,
"Can you really love someone that hurt us so much?"
and that was everything I needed. I would never forgive myself if I let her hurt my daughter again, and I said that to Lucy. I said she is allowed to have a relationship with my daughter if my daughter wants it, and she can be around whenever she wants, but I was firm on us not getting back together. She can be a mom, not a wife. Lucy only said that she would make me fall in love with her again, and that she would not give up. She asked to meet up to talk, and I decided to go in order to set some boundaries. I told her I wanted her to be honest, and the moment I caught a lie, I was leaving and she will never see me or my daughter ever again. I asked if she was really sorry, or are we her last option? Did she really love us, or are we just a consolation prize? Did she come back for love, or because she was unable to find another man again? She was unable to answer any of that. She only said things like, "It's not like that, you need to understand me, I'm not like this anymore." She kept insisting on giving her another chance, that we can love each other again, that we could be together. She never even mentioned our daughter in any moment, only after I pointed it out, she started to mention her. That made it clear where her priorities were. She didn't care about being a family, she just wanted the reassurance of a relationship. She probably remembered how much I begged her not to leave me and thought I was still that same pathetic guy. But I didn't care for her anymore, and when I tried to settle that we were over, she grabbed my hand. She tried to seduce me, pulling down her blouse, showing me her cleavage, and saying we can find a room so I can do whatever I wanted with her, that she wouldn't say no to anything, to compensate me. I was so disgusted with who she had become. She wasn't the amazing girl I had fallen in love with, and she certainly wasn't the mother of my daughter. Nothing she could say would persuade me, so I told her to let me go, and there we were over. Neither I nor my daughter wanted anything with her, so please, leave us alone, we were living a good life without her. She wouldn't accept that though. She got mad and yelled that I could leave, that it wasn't my choice, and she doesn't have anything else. The thing that really triggered me was her saying I couldn't take away her daughter. I yelled back, "Your daughter? Your daughter? You are not her mother. You only gave birth to her, but you are not her mother. Tell me, where were you when she was sick? When she cried because she missed her mom? Where were you on her first day of school? When her heart broke for the second time? Because the first one who broke her heart was her mother. Which PP were you riding when she needed a mom? You have no right to claim you are her mother, because you never acted like that." She tried to reply, but I saw how she was unable to find the words, so I just left. She sent me some texts later, asking for another meeting, another chance, that she loves me and she can change, but I'm done. She doesn't love me or our daughter at all, she only loves herself. I need to work on myself, be stronger, and get over those feelings for her, because they're not real. They're just a memory of what I thought she was.